Hello, I'm the theoliverpickard and welcome to beautiful Limousin, France. Now, every single social group in the world has its own set of social norms and so stuff that's acceptable and stuff that's unacceptable and kind of its own code of conduct. And it's prime car show season at the minute, so I thought I'd make a list of 7 things you should never do at a car show so that you have the best car show experience absolutely possible and so that you don't ruin it for everybody else. So, the first thing on the list, number 1, don't touch other people's cars without their permission. I was at a recent car show talking to a guy who was all about his British classics. It was the way he was brought up, and he was super into his British classic cars. And we were talking about British classics, and we were talking about 2CVs and stuff, and he's like, I've never sat in a 2CV, I've never been in a 2CV, I know nothing about them, and he was absolutely fascinated by Jolene. And I opened the door and I was like, dude, jump in. And it was awesome to see a grown man light up like he was 7. It was superb, and he couldn't believe it, and he was super fascinated, and he absolutely loved Jolene. He'd never watched the YouTube channel before, although I did mention it. I mention it to everybody. It's what you have to do when you have a YouTube channel. It's kind of obligatory, but no, he absolutely adored the car, and he was like, "Are you sure I can sit in your car?" And I was like, "Dude, get in." But if the same gentleman had just walked up to my car, opened my door, and sat in my car, you can imagine how my reaction would have been very different. I absolutely adored sharing my passion with the guy, and he really loved checking out the car. But you can understand how that interaction would have been very different without express permission. Don't do it. Don't touch other people's cars. Don't lean on other people's cars when you're having your photo taken. You know, we take our classic cars to car events, to car shows, and we expect that people are going to take photos of our cars and stuff. Of course you do. One of the biggest reasons to take a car to a car show is not just to share your passion with other people, but it's also to show off what you've got. It's a bit show-offish. It is, and some people only go to show off. But when you're having your photo taken, please don't touch the car. Please don't lean up against other people's car. They might have spent all day Saturday polishing their car for Sunday. It's someone's pride and joy. Don't lean on it. Don't put your hand on it with rings and stuff like that. Just don't touch it. If you want to touch the car, ask. If the person says no, respect that they've said no. It's their thing. It's not yours. And that's fine. My favourite people at car shows are always people that let other people sit in the car. You know, kids sit in the car and stuff like that. I'm one of those people, but don't just assume. Always ask or wait to be offered is the best, even better than asking. Wait to be offered. You know what I mean? Ask questions, but wait to be offered if that person is okay with you sitting in their car or is okay with you checking out the engine. You know, don't just walk up to an Austin Healey Sprite and kind of open the bonnet and look under the bonnet, which is something that a guy at a car show said to me, that his brother-in-law, he was at a car show with his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law just opened the bonnet of the car, and he was like, "Don't do that! Don't put it down! Step away from the car." You know, he freaked out because he thought this. You know, the owner of this car is going to get super offended, and you don't want to offend people. You know, you want to, like I say, you want to make sure that everybody has the nicest experience possible at a car show. And the first rule of that is don't touch other people's stuff. Number 2, never criticise other people's cars loudly in front of them. It's really not cool. We get a massive mix of cars at car shows. Some are our taste, some are not our taste, you know. I'm never going to buy a Plymouth Prowler, especially one in lime green or pearlescent white and tow a mini Plymouth Prowler trailer and have a little Plymouth Prowler toy on on the bonnet of my Plymouth Prowler, and then put a mirror underneath my Plymouth Prowler so people can see underneath. I'm not that guy, but I have nothing against that guy. I wish that guy all the will in the world, all the goodwill in the world, should I say. I'm also the person that's not going to turn up with a Honda Goldwing with a mini sidecar that has like a cockpit, but that's awesome. I'd never buy one myself, but I'm about that. I'm so happy for that person's passion, because I understand that people's tastes are not necessarily my tastes. I'm a big fan of super relaxed car shows. I'm a big fan of kind of family events. I'm a big fan of cars and coffees. I'm a big fan of like picnic events. Like picnic car shows are some of my favourite car shows. And a couple of years ago I was at a car show, and there was a lady who stepped in front of a car as it was reversing in, jumped out of the way, and then loudly exclaimed, "Oh, if I'm going to get run over by something, I want to be run over by something better than that." Don't do that. Like, that's someone's pride and joy. You know, don't walk past someone's wheels and go, "Oh, I like the car, but those wheels are disgusting." And it's something I hear a lot at car shows. There's a lot of judging. Understand that aesthetics are a completely personal choice, and that one person's idea of hideous is another person's idea of gorgeous. I used to do a lot of reviews on this channel. Recently, less so, because I've been doing loads of car videos. But I recently did a review of my sunglasses, my favourite Vuarnet sunglasses, and I never mention the way that they look. If you notice, in any of my reviews, I never mention aesthetics, and the reason is, you'll either love them or hate them or feel completely ambivalent towards them. And my personal feelings to whether I think something's, you know, sexy or hideous are nothing to do with the video. If it's a review, my personal feelings about the aesthetics are not going to be your personal feelings about the aesthetics. My job as a reviewer is to give you the information about the product, tell you what it's good for, tell you what it's not good for, but what my job isn't is to tell you whether I think it's pretty or not. If I do think it's pretty, I'll tell you, but it's, again, I'm never going to badmouth something for being ugly, because it might be amazing to you, but not to me. It's just, aesthetics are a completely personal thing, and my view is, you know, my mum always used to say, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. You might discuss it with your friends later on over lunch or something, but don't discuss someone's car in front of the owner. It's just not respectful. Thing number 3, don't stand next to your car all day. Don't be the person who brings a lawn chair to a car show, unless it's a picnic car show, and then do. You know, if it's a picnic car show, you need somewhere to sit. But I usually take a blanket, and I usually go like away from my car to have my lunch. Part of that is I don't want people asking me about my car while I'm having my lunch. You know, it's nice to have a break, especially if I'm filming. I'll spend a little bit of time around my car, and then I'll go off and I'll check out other people's cars, and I'll film and I'll do stuff and I'll interview people and whatever. And then I'll kind of have my lunch away and have a break from it and be with my friends and that kind of thing. Don't hover around your car. Believe it or not, it can put people off from coming to check out your pride and joy. It can actually have the opposite effect. You know, you want people to come and check out your car, and you want to see them checking out your car. You want to show off your car. You want to be there to answer questions and stuff that people may have. But if you're standing guard, it can be very intimidating. It can actually put people off from coming over. But also, you can miss out. You can miss out from going to check out other people's cars and listen to other people's stories, and you can miss out on a huge part of the car show experience and of the event. And that's sad in its own way. So don't miss out on the event. spend a little bit of time around your car answering questions and stuff, but don't, like I said, don't stand around your car all the time. It puts people off and it's a bit weird. Thing number 4 is enter and leave with manners. Lots of car shows are held around or near residential neighbourhoods. And you may love your megaphone exhaust or your air horn, but it doesn't mean everybody loves your megaphone exhaust or your air horn. Please be respectful of people that live in the local area that may not be car fans. They may not care about your event. Don't be the person who does burnouts. Don't be the person who leaves revving his engine and stuff. Just be aware that if you do leave a car event and you pitch your car sideways on the way out, and you might think you're the coolest person in the world, but if you get it wrong, there will be someone there with an iPhone. They will post it on YouTube, and you will look like a total plonker. Don't do it. Be respectful of the people at the car show. Be safe. You know, car shows are increasingly put under scrutiny by a lot of people in the media and online and stuff, and the last thing that you want to be is the person that had your local scene shut down, had a local car show shut down and ruined it for everybody because you weren't respectful of the local residents of the area or what have you. Just be as respectful and as nice as possible. Be of value to the community. You know, you're increasing the local economy, you're helping the local area, you bring in attention, you bring in tourism. That's all good stuff. There's bad stuff that can come with a car show as well, and just make sure that you are not one of those bad things. It's as simple as that. So make sure you're respectful on your drive in through town to the event, on your way out of town from the event. And if you see someone being a bit of a plonker, just politely remind them that we want car shows to continue, and we don't want local scenes to be shut down and that kind of thing. And it's really nice to show off your car, but at the same time we have to be respectful. Number 5. This kind of goes with number 3. It's kind of the second part to number 3, and that is, don't leave children or animals unattended at a car show. Car shows, I love family car shows. I love family-friendly car shows. I love events where people can come and relax and kind of not feel any pretense and just enjoy being there. I love the family atmosphere at certain car shows, and to me, a family atmosphere is a reason to go to a car show. And the reason that I got into cars as a little kid, as well as my dad, was kind of lovely people at car shows that were friendly and shared their passion about their cars with me. You know, said to little kid me, yeah, sit in it, you know, or yeah, do you want to see the engine? You know, I'll start it up for you, or whatever. But the other side to that is, as a parent, you need to be responsible for your kid. You need to make sure that if that child has a chocolate ice cream in their hand, they are not within 10 feet of any car or any motorcycle or anything. As well as being a family event, they can also be a dangerous place, especially here in France. There's often cars entering and leaving all day. If it's a full day event, certain people just come for the morning, certain people come for the afternoon. Or people kind of leave, go for a drive with friends, because they might be with friends that they haven't seen in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. So often there's kind of a parade lap of the local area for people who aren't local. And I dig that side of things, but at the same time, we have to be very aware when young children are about that nobody gets run over, obviously. The same goes for dogs. Part of a family event is your dog. Your dog's a member of your family, and that's totally cool. Make sure that you pick up after your animals. Make sure that your pug does not take a pee on somebody's like Pride and Joy E-Type. Just be very aware of that. Don't let your animals out of your sight. If you bring an animal to a car event, it must be on a lead. I don't care how well behaved your dog is. I don't care if you normally walk around with it off a lead. please just keep it on a lead, because it avoids very awkward situations, basically. And it makes everybody has the best possible experience, including Fido. The sixth thing on this list is the only question that annoys me at a car show. And it doesn't annoy me the first time someone asks it, but the 17th time someone asks it in a day, it can be kind of annoying. And the reason is, it sort of shows a little bit of disrespect, although it's never really done in a disrespectful manner. In fact, it's the opposite of a disrespectful manner. People do it because they love your car, but at the same time, it can be disrespectful. I know that seems a bit of an oxymoron, but it's true. And that is your car for sale? Is it for sale? Is it for sale? Is your car for sale? Oh, I've always wanted one. Is it for sale? Right. If someone's car is for sale at a car show, it will have a for sale sign on the car. A car show is an excellent place to sell you a car if you're looking to sell you a classic. You know, if you're looking to make a change, then taking your car to a car show and putting a little for sale sign, don't make a big one, but just put a little sign in your window that's like, my car is for sale. If you're interested, ask me. Here's my phone number in case I'm not stood by it. That's it, right? It's a great idea, because then you don't have to, you don't have to then go and meet up with someone somewhere. You're both prospective buyers and a prospective seller, both in the same location at the same time. You could sell your car at the event. And that's an awesome thing. But at the same time, if you are asking people whether their car is for sale at an event, their grandfather could have just died and left them that car. It might be their pride and joy that they've owned for 60 odd years. It's not a cool thing to do, to ask whether someone's car is for sale at a show. There is a polite way of asking whether a car is for sale or available, and that is as follows. Oh, I love your car. I've always wanted one just like it. And then the owner will say, oh, thank you. I'm thinking of selling it. Or they will say, oh, it was my granddad's, da-da-da-da-da, and they will tell you the story of their car. That way you will find out whether it's for sale or not. Another way of doing it is to ask, are you in a car club? I'm really interested in finding one like this for sale. Or do you know of any cars like yours for sale? Or here's my card, and if you find out any of your friends who might have one for sale, let me know. That kind of thing. I'm on Facebook, etc. And then that's a way of asking whether a car's for sale, or finding a car for sale that's not going to offend anybody. Because if you're genuinely interested, if you're genuinely excited about someone's car, you don't want to upset the owner. And if you upset the owner, a car that could have potentially been for sale may not be for sale. Because if you love your car, but it's for sale, you don't want to sell it to someone who's upset you. So it's just a way of being nice. The seventh thing on this list is the last and most important one, and that is to not take it all so seriously. And also be open to other people's cars, and be open to other people's passions and stories, and find out what they love about their car. When I went to the French National 2CV show, I made a huge effort to kind of leave Jolene at the camping area. And I was filming, but at the same time, I went off and found other people's cars and asked other people about their stories and about why they were passionate and what got them into 2CVs and their love of their classic car. Because sharing that passion, sharing that joy, also means being open to other people's passion and other people's joy and other people's stories. And I learned a lot about cars and about 2CVs from listening to other people, far more than I would have than just sharing my love of my personal car with those people. You know, it's important to remember to do both. And to have fun. Remember that it's your day off, and to relax and enjoy yourself, and like I said, make friends. And not take it all so seriously, even if it's a big concourse to elegance. You know, remember that it's all for fun at the end of the day, and the taking part of it and the being part of a community and that side of things is really special. And to remember that even if someone breaks one of the taboos on this list, even if someone does something daft, don't let it ruin your day. If someone touches your car, you know, just nicely and politely remind them that it's not theirs and that they shouldn't be touching it without your express permission. And there's a nice way of talking to people, and there's a nice way of doing it. And don't let little things that may happen, like a sticky-fingered child, don't let it ruin your day. And remember that that sticky-fingered child is touching your car because they love it. And remember that they may be, you know, sticky-fingered 3-year-old may be one day someone who saves a car just like yours from oblivion, and actually may be the future owner of your car. You know, sticky-fingered 3-year-old, when they're 23, might really love your 2CV, or might really love your Ford Granada, or might really love your whatever. And every sticky-fingered infant is a future classic car owner. And like I say, it's all about passion, it's all about fun, and it's all about sharing that excitement that you have for your car with other people. And remember to have fun out there, and remember to enjoy it. And speaking of enjoyment, if you've liked this video, if you've enjoyed it, please click like down below. It lets me know that you've enjoyed the video, but it also lets YouTube know that you've enjoyed this video, and that's almost more important. It's not more important, but it does help this channel a lot, and it does support me a lot. The second way that you can support me is by subscribing if you're new here. Like 60% of people that watch these videos aren't subscribed to this channel. That might seem like a lot, but a few weeks ago it was 75% of the people that watch these videos that weren't subscribed. So thank you, the lot of people that have been subscribing to this channel. We've recently hit a milestone, and I cannot wait to get to the next one. And this community is growing massively, and it's awesome. Speaking of community, if you want to let me know about your local car show, or if there's a thing that I should have included in this video and didn't, or what have you, if you want to let me know about something, if you've got a comment, if you've got an opinion, please leave them down in the comment section. So I share and repost a couple of select comments a week on Twitter. I do it because not everybody reads the comment section in these videos, and that's kind of sad. So to get people to to draw attention to the fact that you people are lovely, and that you spend a long time to write often lengthy and wonderful and thoughtful comments in the comment section, to share that with everybody, or as many people as possible, I repost them on Twitter. And we have a really nice community, and you guys really take time out to share your thoughts and feelings with me about my videos. So thank you very much for that. Please be awesome to each other. Please enjoy your car shows. Like I say, if you're going to a car show this weekend, let me know. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.